Hi. I'm gonna go through this game real quick. Full Queen's Gambit, Catalan structure. I play B3, and the interesting thing is I don't follow it up with Bishop G or Bishop B2. I actually keep the bishop pressuring H6, only to do this later, um, faster. So here I play E4 because I want a bunch of exchanges here to get the rook involved. So now, sure enough, my bishop is attacking H6 because of the pin. Now I play here, trying to get on the same diagonal as the queen and this, because he's defending that. And the truth is, black should stay here because this bishop's undefended and make me waste some moves. But instead, he gets out of it. I defend the rook. He attacks my rook, but I have this square here. He goes back again. He should attack my bishop, but dangerous to do that, so I understand. So now I officially have a threat of exchanging everything for a queen and a pawn. And now he plays the best move, blocking this out. And it looks like my rook is going to be killed because the queen controls everything and this pawn controls everything, right? And the bishop, right? So what do I do? Well, the good news is this rook's extremely active. Even if it dies, the knight hops in with activity against the queen. The bishop will be activated when this pawn moves against this pawn. And my queen maybe can come in here at some point, maybe something like this. But more importantly, it's actually attacking this bishop. And what do I have to work with? Well, I have a pawn chain, and this pawn's all the way in the center of the board, threatening this, and then this bishop can help, but really, because the knight's going to be gone. But this pawn can attack here, which attacks here, which attacks here. So realistically, if I play this and he takes here, I play here, and then this rook is dead because the knight's in the way. So I'm getting a queen in the corner here, like something like this, right? And you're also dropping a bishop. So although my rook is trapped, you actually are giving up more than you're getting if you take it next turn. So how do I make it so this rook survives at least a turn? Well, I take here with my threat, right? If he takes with the knight, let's say, I actually can kill the bishop. Um, and again, he can't take my rook, right? Kill his. But he takes with his bishop for some reason. But now I come in, I win a piece for free, basically. So although he's winning a rook, he's only um winning an exchange now. Plus, I will have an attack on this pawn with a check with the queen, and the knight can come into f7. So pretty dangerous attack. He takes the rook, and then I throw in this check here before taking here because I want the queen to be able to support knight f7 if I need to play that. Now this knight attacks the queen. Also, the nice thing about this queen is when the knight comes here attacking the queen, this bishop's hanging because it's only defended once. So if, for example, he wants to save his bishop and take here, well, then you're losing a queen and your rook's under attack. If you like drop it back, same issue, your queen's lost. So this is a discovered attack on his bishop, which is fatal because the queen can't get back and defend. So he tries to play queen here. That does indirectly defend the bishop, but there's a killer move here, which is just check, because this pin. And now the king, he resigned here because it's forced mate in one. If he goes here, I have checkmate here. But my plan was actually checkmate here, which because I was thinking about the knight defending this square so he can't escape. So that's the game. Next one. Sicilian defense. At this point, it's funny because I already did some analysis, but I'm working on the camera situation, so hopefully you can see me here. But I decided to play bishop out, taking advantage of this pawn being here, so I'm winning a pawn with the motif. Oops. So he castles here, which is inappropriate because you're not respecting my threat, in my opinion. And then now you have major issues here. I take with the bishop just to be flashy. You're supposed to take with the knight and park the bishop back, but I decide my knight is really good here. So I take with the bishop and castle. And he takes, I take, he takes, and he's got a great position here. And I decide to encourage him to take the bishop by wasting a queen move, so that I can recapture. And then here, I can get the exchange back because I'm threatening here. He tries to defend that, and I can actually go here and check, and that wins the bishop. But I didn't see that till after the game, so I pin his bishop to his queen. And then he defends it, and then I sack the rook for the bishop because it is centralized outpost defending his only weakness. So what's my rook doing? You know, I don't know. So I take the bishop, and then I blunder here with this because I'm putting off taking here because I don't care about winning this rook because this knight is so powerful. It can't be taken. There's no minor pieces to take it, so he has to sack a rook back, and it's got pressure. What I'm waiting for is a queen move here, and then winning the queen, something like that. So also, I'm threatening to swing around here, but now I decide to take. Um, because I'm realizing, I don't really want to let his rook move, and then I don't know. I just decided to take there. And then he moves in the wrong direction because if he goes this way, I have a check here. And so he chose that way. So then I play queen f4, best move, threatening mate in one. And he plays this, which surprisingly I can't take anymore because he would take the knight with his king. So at this point, I deliver this little check. And I'm thinking hard here, like, do I take with the knight? Do I deliver a check with the knight? And as I'm considering do I go up here? But that doesn't work because queen takes knight. So I mean, I considered that. That's actually kind of interesting. Oh yeah, yes. So the problem is, if I ever move my rook, he actually has a checkmate. I forgot about that. He has a checkmate down here. But so I deliver this little nice finesse move, and it's forcing the king away from the knight. And he chooses the wrong direction, and it's so tricky against the knight and queen, and that's checkmate because the queen blocks your escape, and you block your own escape here. So he's supposed to go that way, but then I mean, like, that move just kind of ends the game. Like, how do you stop that? Queen takes f3. Oh yeah, you just give up your queen. Yeah. So this move effectively ends the game. I mean, queen f4 is not hard to see. But this is a tricky little second move. So anyway, that's that game. All right. I think there's a way to. I know there's a button to like change tabs. Anyway, here we go. Benoni. So he plays this, and I just go forward. And then he plays that, and I play c4. And then he doesn't allow e4. E4 is still the best computer move because his pawns are just overextended. but I play knight out, then I play bishop out, and I give him this move, which I'm supposed to play that myself to block his development, but I wanted to get my bishop out. And then now I have this awkward position where I can't play knight f3, which means, where am I going with my knight and bishop, and how am I going to castle? So I decide knight e2. But now from knight e2, if I go here, I'm blocking my bishop, asking to get it killed. And so here I play h3 with the idea of dropping the bishop back, playing that, and then that. So he castles, I drop the bishop back. Then I get my knight up to f4. He brings his queen out, and then I play bishop e2. And I'm quickly gaining an advantage by playing all these super accurate moves, by taking my bad position out of the opening and kind of making it really good. And now here, again, I'm taking advantage of another, like a stupid move. Because here I attack the knight or the rook, and he can't kill me with the bishop easily. So now his rook's here. So now I play g4. This is a stellar move because I'm realizing, yeah, your queen's over here, but my king in the center's fine. I'd rather use my rook to coordinate with this knight. Bishop can always try to help at some point, and the queen can come in. So g4. Plus, I want to take here so that when this move happens, basically here I have to play a move that takes advantage of my knight here. If I play lazily, like let's say I just castle, let me turn this off. If I play lazily, he can play this move, and then I'm actually interested what the best move is here, knight g5. Okay, so the knight can always like finesse over here and attack the rook, and the rook's trapped. But typically speaking, you have this threat where the idea is he's gonna take and then take, and my knight's overextended. But by playing g4, if he tried that, forget knight g5 for now. If he tried that, I take here, and then when he takes, I take back, and then my pawn's a beast up in his. It's a protected passer. So that's the idea of g4. So I force him to react. So he plays g6. If he had taken, I'd probably take here and have a rook, something like that. But so I take, right, and then check. And now he can't block the check because of my knight. So he goes to the corner, and then bishop h5, great move. Attacking the rook, and the rook is dead because the knight is going to kill it if the bishop doesn't. If he takes my bishop, the queen comes in, and this is a problem for him. Something like that. Maybe slithering in like this. But anyway, that's why he doesn't do that. So he plays the rook back, and I take it, and then I play bishop f7, which I'm really happy I found, which is threatening a mate here if this knight moves. So boom, taking advantage of his king on the edge, using the boundary to my advantage. So he tries to attack this unprotected pawn here. If I defend it, he takes here, and that's not good for me, obviously. Queen out here is unnecessary, defending everything. So I play queen h5. Yeah, queen h5. Then he takes the pawn, and then I play queen h4. Queen g5 is the best. I'll show you later. But the threat here is eliminating the knight. Checkmate. So he, God, it's weird that it won't like, yeah, okay. So here I take, and it's a brilliant move with a checkmate. The reason queen h5 is better is because it prevents the knight killing itself to disrupt my attack temporarily. But it's giving up a knight for nothing. It's just computer defense. So queen g5 is better. So yeah, it also prevents like a move like that. But actually, yeah, a move like that, I was still gonna sack. That was my plan. So yeah, that's checkmate. Sorry, this is a new way of doing a chess video, so the zoom stuff is in my way of the tabs. Okay. Here. All right, at this point, I love this move. This move attacks the queen, forces an inaccuracy. He defends with the bishop, and then I take his bishop lane. And he can't go back because he's blocked. So suddenly my bishop's a boss here, and his bishop is not as good as where they were before. Here I go back. He wasted a move there. My bishop belongs on d3. And then here he's threatening some sort of attack, and I hop in, get my bishop in. Very good outpost. And then he blunders mate in 3, check, check, mate. Also here, queen h5 is crushing, but it gives him the opportunity to defend. So I calculated the sack and the mate. All right, and then this is a game where objectively I'm actually losing. All the other games I'm winning, but this is like pushing the limit of a miniature. I bring the queen out, which just because I'm feeling good about myself after that last game, and you know, at this point, I make this move. We're in a drawn position here, and I play here. Now I'm down half a pawn. My idea is threats here by eliminating this knight and getting rid of this knight, kind of activating my queen and bishop and rook if there's ever exchanges. I'm blocking my rook from this and my queen from that, but I'm kind of just saying, you know what? I don't care. This knight's not doing anything over here. Let's exchange. And at the end, I want to have my bishop here. So he takes, and I take with the rook. And it's not the best move. Objectively, it's not good, but he's afraid of taking it because then queen takes. And there's a mate threat here. And if you block, there's a knight sack that results in checkmate. So you have to block with f5. And that's the refutation. But he decides not to calculate that and just takes my knight here. So, I mean, first he takes there, then he takes here. So he's just chopping everything off so that I don't get what I want. But here I do get what I want because the rook gets out of the death and recaptures a piece protected at the same time. So now he takes the protection away, renewing threat against the rook. But now I have rook g4 or g5, and this is pinned because if you take, there's a checkmate. And I'm threatening queen takes h6. So he plays this, and I play that, and he takes here, and I checkmate him. I don't even take the queen, I just checkmate. And that's the power of sacking your rook just because you think your bishop's going to be a deciding factor. But here I was prepared. I thought he would play this because you have to play your f pawn to give your queen protection of this. And then here I can't take here because he's attacking my rook with the other pawn. Whereas if you ever take with this pawn, there's a check here. But even that, it's giving the king a lift. So here, my rook's actually under attack. Black's actually slightly better, but I was gonna park it on g6 and then eventually sack and try to, I don't know. I thought the rook would be good here on this file, either of these squares. But he should play the f pawn, but he, sure enough, he makes an inaccuracy, and that's the game. All right, thanks for watching.